Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I will be showing you how to add a vendor to an item in a purchase requisition in D365 Findo. So let's get started. First way is to add it in the released product form. So we need to add the vendor in the purchase tab of released product form. So let's see in the Dynamics 365 how it will work. Currently, I am in the purchase requisition form, as you can see, and I have added one purchase requisition line for this legal entity. And let's add the item engine oil. And as you can see, there is no vendor for this one. If you click on the drop down for a vendor, and there is no unit price. To add the vendor and unit price, I will go to the item master for the engine oil and go to purchase tab. So now if I add the vendor here, take any vendor and add the price and save it. Now if I go back to purchase requisition and just I will remove the item and add it back, the same item. Now you can see that price just now I have added got populated here, and the vendor also got populated from the item master of engine oil. So this is the first way of getting the vendor in the purchase requisition line for an item. The second option is using a purchase agreement. If a vendor has an active purchase agreement for an item, the requester can directly select that vendor while creating the purchase requisition. So let's see this case in Dynamics 365 Findo. I have created one item called auto parts. So there is no vendor and price has been added in the purchase tab. Now let's see the purchase agreement for this product. I have created one purchase agreement for this vendor and this item, and the unit price is 1000. Let's see the purchase requisition, how the purchase agreement will work. So I have created one purchase requisition here, and let's add the item. So this is that item with purchase agreement, and add the warehouse, site and warehouse. Yeah, you can see that unit price got populated and vendor account also got populated from the purchase agreement. You can see here the vendor and the unit price of 1000. So this is how purchase agreement will work. The third option is using a trade agreement. If a vendor has an active trade agreement for an item, the requester can directly select that vendor while creating the purchase requisition. So let's see this scenario in Dynamics 365 Findo. I have created one item for the trade agreement example, and I have added no vendor and price in the item master. Let's see the trade agreement. So I have created one trade agreement and posted it with this item and the vendor combination. So let's see the purchase requisition, how it will work. So let's add that particular item which got the trade agreement. I have added the item. As you can see that unit price and vendor account got populated from the trade agreement. You can see here in the trade agreement it's 1500 and the vendor is this one. 1500 and this vendor. So this is how the purchase requisition will work with the trade agreement. Last option is manual vendor selection by approver. After the purchase requisition is submitted, it goes to the approver. The approver has the flexibility to override the selection and choose any vendor from the vendor master, even if there is no existing agreement. So let's see this case in D365 F&O. I have created one purchase requisition and let's see how this option will work. Add the item and I will add this one, and it got no purchase agreement or trade agreement and there is no setup of vendor in the item master. And add the inventory dimensions, site and warehouse, since these two are the mandatory fields. And as you can see, there is no vendor here and I can't edit the unit price since I am the requester. So let's save this one and submit it for the approval. I have set up myself as the approver, so it will come to me only for the approval. It will take some time. Yeah, you can see that here it came to me only for the approval. So before approving, we will check whether I can add the vendor or not. So you can see that all the vendors are available for the selection. I can select any vendor from the vendor master and I can even edit the unit price since I am the approver. So this is about the 4 ways of adding vendor in the purchase requisition. So these are the 4 ways you can associate a vendor with an item in purchase requisition. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more Dynamics 365 F&O tips and tutorials. Thank you.